Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup routine. This is just kind of like the basics, what I do if I'm not doing like a full eye look and lip and all that kind of fun stuff. Sometimes I do add more to this, but this is just going to be like the basic general if I am putting on a full face of makeup. But that's it. I'm trying to do the bare minimum. So it's not going to be like, it's still going to be like fuller coverage and all of that, but it's just not going to be like an eye look and all that jazz on top of it. So, sorry about the energy level today. I am drinking my coffee right now. I am so sleepy. I did not sleep good last night because of Jameson, so I'm just a little la. But I need to get ready today because I have a doctor's appointment. That's not why I have to get ready. I could go to the doctor's without makeup, obviously. But I wanted to get ready today because I just feel better when I am ready, and since I'm feeling sluggish and tired and drained today, I thought what better than to put on a face of makeup and then we can feel better about ourselves. So that's what I'm doing. I've ordered, bleh, I'm like out of breath just from talking. I've already moisturized, so I'm gonna go in with some primer, and I'm gonna be using the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. It looks like this. I recommend this if you have really big pores, and you just kind of want to fill in those pores and stuff like that. But other than that, if you don't have really big pores, then skip on this, because that's really all this does, is just kind of fill in any pores that you have and blurs them out. And yeah, so I just put this right over my nose and just like under my eyes a little bit. It just kind of blurs my nose and just like along right here where I have some bigger pores. But I don't do anything too crazy with this or go anything crazier. That's all that I use to prime. At the moment, I don't have like a very good Die Hard primer. I'm waiting for the Gripping Primer by Cover FX to come back in stock because I've heard amazing things. Obviously, it's out of stock, so that's something. So I'm waiting for that to come back in stock so that I can grab that. But for now, I'm just kind of holding off on primer. I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. Obviously, it's like a really big foundation that's being talked about. Everyone's raving about it and loving it. I love this, but if you do have dry skin, I don't recommend this. And the reason why I say that is because some acne spots are like healing, and when they heal, they get dry. And I just feel like it clings to those dry spots. So I'm just not really a fan of that. But other than that, I think it wears really well throughout the day. It's pretty long lasting. It looks really good on the skin. But I would say if you are really dry, to moisturize really well before, or use a really good moisturizing primer. But other than that, I think it's really good. I think you could work with it if you had drier skin, but just to be kind of like aware, if you do have drier skin, that you're gonna need to have like a good primer or moisturizer when using this. So I'm just taking whatever's left over on the back of my hand and kind of touching up a little of my problematic areas, which is mostly just on my cheeks. After that, for concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. Oh yeah, for the shade for this, guys, sorry, I apologize. I'm in 425, so I think this is... I used the wrong one. Man, why did I not... Okay, whatever. I'm in the shade 420, but I accidentally used 425. It's the shade darker. Yeah, so that's kind of embarrassing. This isn't true beige, and this is linen. The darker one's linen. I'm usually in 420. I kind of use the darker one, and I don't know how I didn't realize, but I didn't, so there's that. That's how tired I am. I don't even shade 145 in the Fenty concealer. This concealer, I'm not a fan. And I will say, I'm not a fan because I've been really picky lately about my foundations and concealers and all that kind of stuff. So, this is a little bit drier of a formula, which is completely fine. And it's not like super drying to where I'm like, oh my god, I highly don't recommend this. It's so dry. It's drying me out. It's making me look cakey. It's all that kind of stuff. It's making me look older because sometimes drier concealers can do that. It's not doing any of that. It's just when it's on the skin and when I powder it, I can just tell that it's a little bit drier. And for the look that I'm going for, I'm not for like every day. I'm not a huge fan of it. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm still like trying to like make it work and all that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong. I don't use a lot of it, so I try not to like cake it on because it is a little bit drier on my skin per se. So I don't want to cake anything on to make it look even more drier, more drier, whatever the heck. Okay, now I'm going at the Laura Mercier powder and I'm setting my under eyes. I have to set my under eyes. I have like very fine lines under my under eyes. So I have to do that. And then I just set my concealer everywhere else because I'm just the kind of person that I have to set my face. I wish I couldn't. I've tried it recently. Like not setting my whole face. I just can't do it. But I do go in with a light. So I just set where I concealed, like I baked, if you will. And then I do my forehead too because I have a really bad line. And then whatever's left in the little thing, I just dust on my face as lightly as I possibly can. And then I dust away any of that baking. Now that I've set my face, I usually don't do this part next. I usually go with bronzer and blush and highlight and all that stuff. But just for today's video, I'm just going to kind of get it out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. I'm going to do this off camera just because who likes watching people do their brows? Unless it's like a specific brow tutorial. I just like the fact that they just skip it. But I use the Brow Wiz Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. And then I go over on top with the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel in Dutch. I'm going to do that and I'll be right back for you guys. So now that I've finished my brows, I also went under them with concealer because lately I've been doing that. I'm going with a very light hand, but I just like tracing the bottom just to make them look more even, in my opinion, for me at least. Like mine can get a little wonky, but if I clean them up underneath, sometimes I can get them to look a little more even. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia contour kit, and this is a light to medium. Obviously I'm a pale girl, apparently not today. And I just take these, this is so old and so beat up, but I take these two bottom shades right here. I literally just dip in like that, and then that's it all. These are super pigmented. These are really good, but you definitely have to be careful when using them. So I like to do like circular motions and kind of bring it up to my temple. So I just do the two sides of my face. I don't do anything too crazy, too dark, too drastic. But then I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. And this is in the shade Bronzer, just like the basic bronzer one. And I'm just gonna go in and just kind of add some color. Again, I kind of just follow that contour. I go a little bit on my cheekbone, under my cheekbone, and then I kind of bring it up a little to the temple. It's just kind of what works for my face shape and what I like best. I go a little bit under the jawline just to kind of break any transition between skin and foundation. I mean, obviously I bring it down to my neck. Not the bronzer, but I bring the foundation down to the neck, but just in case, you know, I just feel like that kind of helps it look seamless. It makes the jaw look a little bit better. This is why I don't do bronzer, or this is why I don't do eyebrows before bronzer, because I just go a little crazy. Go in with like a smaller, this is like more like of a crease brush. And I take that same bronzer and I just go along the sides of my nose here. And I bring it up to like my brows, because I would just want it to look kind of like a natural shadow. So I don't want it to just stop. So bring it all the way up to the brows. I just do the sides and kind of make it a little more rounded here. Not necessary, just a preference. Then I go in and blend everything out. I mostly just blend my forehead, my nose, and my jaw, unless this is looking a little wacko. But I like to go over it a little bit just to kind of make it a little more seamless. And then I'm going to go with blush. I'm going to use the Be a Light by Becca palette. This is like a really nice glowy palette. And I'm going to just go in with the blush shade. I've done some damage to this palette, let's just say that. I just like this one because it's a little more glowy and natural looking. It's just like a natural blush color. And it has some sheen to it. So it kind of just make you look a little more glowy. But I definitely don't add a lot of this. I'm not a huge blush person, so that's why I like how it's like natural and glowy. Then I'm going to go in my favorite highlighter of all time lately. This is so good. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Golden Flower Crown. This is one of their newer shades for their spring collection, I'm assuming. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little bit pinkier. I don't really know. I'm not going to say it's pinkier because if it was pink, I wouldn't use it. I like to use like natural gold kind of tones. If I'm fair, I'll use kind of like the more whiter tones, but usually I go for like the golder ones. But it does have kind of like, I don't know, it looks like a little like rose goldy, but it's just like, I don't know, it's not. It doesn't come off that way too much on the skin. Like it just looks so pretty. It's really good, easy to build up, but it can look like super natural. I have no complaints about this, and especially for the price point, it's amazing. I've been literally using the crap out of this. And I've had a Wet n Wild highlighter before, and I just wasn't a fan of the color, but this color is just, it's just so good. It's so good. Sorry, I feel like I haven't even been like looking at you guys. Yeah, I go a little crazy with this just because it's a little more natural. I feel like I can go crazy with it. And I just put it all over the face. I just go in and put on mascara. I'm going to curl my lashes. And then I'm just using the Roller Lash Benefit Mascara. I was hating this first. I loved this. And then I was hating it for a second. And now I'm back to loving it. I don't really know, but it's been an up and down roller coaster. I'm going to go ahead and do my lashes real quick. Okay, so now that I've put on mascara, I look normal. I finish off my makeup with this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love the mist on this. but I'm not a fan of it. And the reason why I'm not a fan of it is because I don't feel like it melts my powders as much as I would like it to. It also doesn't set my makeup like the Urban Decay All Nighter or anything like that. So I just feel like I've tried better setting mists. Although this is more affordable, I think I'd rather splurge on a setting mist, especially if it's like the Urban Decay All Nighter is probably my absolute favorite, because I feel like it does melt my makeup a little more, and it definitely does keep my makeup in place all day, which I love. Like, if I'm gonna wear makeup, I want it to last all day, so, but that's just kind of like a me preference. And then MAC Fix Plus is a really good one. That doesn't necessarily set my makeup so that it stays so it like lasts throughout the whole entire day, but it definitely does melt my makeup together very, very nicely. This I'm just not a huge fan of. The price is good, but I'm just not on board with it. I'm just not a huge fan. I've still been using it, but I just can't say that I absolutely love it and that I'll repurchase it, because I probably won't. So, okay, but that is my everyday makeup routine. That's what I do. Those are the products that I've been using lately. Other than that, those are just the products that have been working for me, the way I've been liking my skin. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I should be having a bump date video coming up pretty soon. Hopefully within this week or next week. I'm not really positive. I have a doctor's appointment today. So then after that, we'll see how, you can totally tell my face doesn't match my, okay, whatever. Just ignore that. Pretend that I didn't use the wrong foundation shade. I'm also going to be doing a tattoos and piercings video. My tattoos, my piercings, all that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions for that, I guess, maybe, possibly, if you had any questions, or if you guys specifically want me to talk about anything in that video, or my bump date video, just let me know in the comments down below, and I will make sure to answer your questions for that. But don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below so that you guys don't miss when I post those videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!